Look, everyone, we absolutely need to discuss Mikayla because she is finally shedding light on the reality of her marriage and the reasons behind her decision to divorce Cody. At least to a certain extent, she's giving us the inside scoop and revealing that she actually wanted to initiate the divorce proceedings much earlier than any of us realized. On top of that, she's stepping up to defend her new boyfriend, Zach, who has been enduring a massive wave of online backlash. We're going to dive deep into all of it. Ever since Mikayla made the choice to hard launch her relationship and go completely public with her new partner, Zach, the internet has had endless opinions lately. Initially, she claimed she intended to keep this romance entirely private, but she swiftly shifted gears because she was so incredibly infatuated that she felt compelled to showcase her joy across social media. Now, she frequently features her partner in her photo dumps and video content. She even uploaded a clip from her birthday celebration dedicated entirely to Zach, set to the track Honeybee by Olivia Rodrigo. In the caption of that post, she wrote, "I've never loved someone so much." Naturally, followers were completely stunned by this declaration because, as we all know, Mikayla was literally just married. So, hearing her assert that she's never experienced a love this intense caused everyone to lose their minds, commenting things like, "Oh, the caption is wild," to which she simply replied, "Period." Now, I'm not entirely sure if she's been actively scrubbing negative remarks from her feed, but I spent some time scrolling through to see what the commotion was about, given how many creators claimed her comment section was a war zone. Interestingly, all I really encountered were people rallying to her defense. I noticed viewers expressing shock over her caption, but I didn't see anything explicitly malicious. It's highly probable she was deleting the worst of it, but supporters were writing things like, "People are leaving all these hateful remarks, but nobody actually knows what she endured behind closed doors. Perhaps she silently wept, praying for a love of this caliber." Maybe, just maybe, she wasn't the antagonist in the story. Mikayla actually liked that specific comment and responded with, "No one has a clue." She also double-tapped another remark stating, "These reactions are incredibly toxic. We have zero insight into what transpired in her private life. I am thrilled for you. You look radiantly happy and deeply in love." Another user chimed in saying, "My second marriage turned out to be my forever," which she liked and replied to with a heart emoji. Someone else noted, "People behave as though it's impossible to discover a spark greater than your first romance. I'm genuinely happy for you. Everyone is entitled to happiness." Her response to that was, "Essentially, they just want me to remain isolated and miserable, honestly, lol." Shortly after this wave of engagement, she took to TikTok to publish a Get Ready With Me video explicitly designed to shield her boyfriend Zach, because she noticed he was receiving an intense amount of friction in her replies. And I have to admit, when audiences witness her throwing subtle shade at her previous marriage while praising Zach, it naturally triggers certain assumptions. She isn't exactly engineering a drama-free environment here, you know. Given Mikayla's highly publicized history with her ex-husband, it makes complete sense that followers are intensely curious about the exact timeline spanning from her separation to this fresh romance. Combining that curiosity with her heavy online presence and her constant emphasis on how this current dynamic vastly outshines her past one, well, of course the public is going to be incredibly nosy and eager to voice their perspectives. Her delivery and choice of words practically guarantee it. You have to respect her transparency, but it undoubtedly serves as an open invitation for total strangers to weigh in. Recognizing this, she decided to confront the critics and counter the heavy scrutiny directed at him.
Going to a fancy dinner in Boston, so I went a little bit sultry on the eyes. It's actually going to be a little bit more of a serious video because I don't like some of the conversation I'm seeing. Actually, I don't like how people are treating Zach because I don't know what it stems from. I get if you don't like me, but I do take issue with how people are treating Zach when you don't know him at all. He's never really even spoken on camera. I just find a lot of the stuff people are saying to be very hurtful. It's weird, like people can say whatever they want about me and I'm like, whatever, but when you say something about someone I love or that you don't even know, that's when it like gets to me. Main narrative I keep hearing is that he's using me for my money, I'm paying him to be with me. Cheating narrative, which is just flat out false.
Her defense of Zach seamlessly transitioned into a broader revelation regarding the demise of her marriage. She confessed that she originally intended to file for divorce back in January, but completely lacked the emotional fortitude to execute it at the time.
I don't owe you this explanation, but Zach is such a good person that I'm gonna give it. I talked a bit about my divorce, but I've given essentially no details as to why it happened. But I do feel like I've tried to make it really obvious that I left my marriage. I left. And I left because I had to. I needed to get out of that marriage, and you'll never know why, maybe one day, but it was for a very good reason. Never shared this, but I first went to file for divorce in January 2025, and I did not have the strength to leave. I stayed a little bit longer, but then I finally gained the courage to leave. I feel like some of the reasons I left my marriage are pretty obvious, but the main reasons I left, no one has a clue about. I've never seen a single theory or video with the right answer.
She concluded by stating that moving forward was the ultimate saving grace of her life, and went on to highlight that Zach willingly finances their lifestyle, contrasting it with her past dynamic where she felt obligated to foot every single bill.
A lot of people are having trouble grasping the fact that I've moved on. Moving on was the best thing I could have ever found. And I'm not trying to shit someone, but I'm just stating facts. The relationship I am currently in is the healthiest relationship I have ever been in. I have never been treated so well by someone. Zachary is just, I would wish my relationship on anyone. It is so incredible. No, it has nothing to do with the honeymoon phase. It has everything to do with the fact that Zach has stood by my side through my divorce, which was extremely hard for me, and you didn't see any of that on camera. It's the fact that for the first time in a relationship, Zach actually does pay for things, okay? He never lets me pay. The grocery video yesterday, he paid for that entire thing. I was used to paying for every date. He pays for the dates. Like, it's a full 360. People saying he's using me for money. First of all, I don't just give out money to the man, okay? You think I'm handing him wads of cash? That doesn't happen. No, and when we do things that involve money, he pays. I'm really sick of people saying he's using me for money because that man won't even let me hand him $1.
She subsequently implores her audience to afford him a fair chance.
It's weird asking the internet this, but I'm asking you to give Zach a chance. I am asking you to give Zach a chance. I love creating content and I love including him. It's really fun and I enjoy making videos with him, but every single comment section is exhausting. And unfortunately, it's mainly people that don't follow me, and there's no changing their minds. That has been everything I needed in a partner. Patient, caring, understanding, kind. You know, he's taken the time to learn about my career, understand it. Zach comes from a really good family, and that just shows in the person he is. I don't know, should I even be giving any of this explanation to the internet? Probably not, but I just really care about him, and I hate the way people are talking about him when you haven't even given him a chance.
She continues by emphasizing just how exhaustively she fought for her marriage, attempting everything within her power to salvage the relationship. When commentators assert that she simply abandoned ship without putting in any effort, it deeply wounds her.
I also saw a hurtful comment the other day that said, you shouldn't have gotten married if you weren't going to take it seriously. And oh my god, that shit hurt. You think I fucking got married and didn't take it seriously and didn't try? I knew I was marrying an addict. I knew what I was getting into. And I gave it my all, okay? I gave it my all. You think I don't feel like a failure? I beat myself up every day that I had a failed marriage, okay? And I'm thankful for some of the support I see in the comments from people who did get a divorce and got married again. I don't know if I'll get married again, dude. The fact that I failed the first time around, you think that makes me want to get married again? I got married with every intention of being married forever. Personally, I think it's really selfish and up to say to a stranger on top of that, don't get married if you're not going to take it seriously. Don't get married if you're just going to walk away. Saying that no matter what they go through in that marriage, cheating, abuse, whatever the fuck, they should stay? What are you talking about? I do believe there are many reasons that make it acceptable to walk away from a marriage, okay? And if you don't agree with that, I don't give a fuck. People change, and that's just the reality. Life happens, people change, and sometimes they change in ways that you don't want to be around them anymore.
To be perfectly fair, Mikayla undeniably worked hard to romanticize her marriage across her platforms. She generated such an immense volume of content featuring Cody that it naturally left a portion of her audience incredibly bewildered when it abruptly dissolved and she transitioned into a new relationship so rapidly. From an outsider's perspective, they appeared perfectly unified during the Christmas holidays, only for her to be jetting off to the Super Bowl just 2 months later in February alongside Zach and his brother. Consequently, onlookers are left scratching their heads, asking, what is the actual reality here? What does the timeline truly look like? What sparked the collapse? However, she wants her audience to understand unequivocally that the reality of her marriage bore no resemblance to the curated highlights shown in those videos. She insists that the public doesn't even comprehend a fraction of the situation, and that no one has even come close to guessing the actual truth behind the split, noting that not a single video essay has managed to present an accurate theory. Furthermore, she stands firm that her current partner is phenomenal and that the online animosity directed toward him needs to stop. So that encapsulates Mikayla's recent commentary regarding her current romance, Zach, the dissolution of her marriage, and everything in between. I am incredibly eager to hear you side on comment by.